Hi everyone, nice to see you guys. This is day 16. So in today's poll, I'm talking about comparison. And I'm finally using my what is it called? Like walking desk. It's like elevated to where you can like stand, or standing desk. It's really cool. I got it from Canada on Etsy. And it's this guy who builds just like wooden like fixture things, so it's a little heavy, but it's like so mobile, and like you don't need all these extra screws or anything. You just kind of like slide it in. It's really cool. Anyways, so that's exciting. So I pulled my 3 cards on the idea of comparison and in like every single way when it comes to that word. And then I'm using this oracle deck. It's actually 2 oracle decks, and it's amazing. It's on Etsy, they go by HandMeThatPencil. They're in New Zealand. I got it a while ago, like this year, but so it was like on sale, and so it's got like a lot of nudity, but different body types, really cool keywords. I don't know, I really like it. So that's what I did, just to like clarify each card when it comes to comparison. Another thing I did was I pulled the cards, but I also looked at the guidebook, just because today I really felt, I was like, I don't know that I'm really giving a full appreciation of what the deck can offer. And honestly, when I first got the deck and I looked at the guidebook, I was like, this is so like extra. Like there was a little, we have the words on the card themselves, and then we have like a little saying, and then another little paraphrasing, and then another explanation. I was like, okay, that feels like a bit much. But after using it, after like, I guess kind of creating a relationship with it and using the deck every single day for, what is it, like 2 weeks now, I really like the guidebook. I really like, I can see now how it can add to a reading for sure. So tomorrow I will go through and pick the cards and like read exactly what's in the guidebook to give y'all an idea. So going back to comparison, this is the 4 of shells, and I thought this was perfect. The word is security, and the 4 of shells is the 4 of pentacles. And I think this is great. It looks like she's holding a bag, like her purse. She's kind of looking to the side. She has kind of like, it's not like a very restful, relaxed facial expression. It seems a little like occupied, preoccupied. And when it comes to comparison, I think what happens is that, you always hear that comparison is the thief of joy. I think it's the thief of like progress. But you also hear that comparison is inevitable, and you have to use it as an indication, just like you use any other uncomfortable emotion. It's like an indication of something that when you're able to, you need to like take a look at. And I don't mean like this huge, like deep dive, serious, like go to therapy kind of thing, but just be like, oh, this is like gnawing at me for some reason. And I think comparison also can be like, if it's used to such an extreme, it can be also uncomfortable, because then no one likes feeling jealous or envious. I don't think I'm a jealous person, but I think there's envy. Like, I'm like, oh, when I see someone my age and they're doing something that I'm like, I can do that, but, and not to take anything away from other people, but, once in a while, it's like, none of us are immune to that. And especially as, getting older and just like the new year around the corner, I really like how a bunch of people start wanting to make these changes before the new year begins. And I've noticed that a lot of people are doing that. And I think finally, as I'm narrowing down on what I want to really focus for next year, personally, as opposed to like career stuff or whatever, I'm looking at just like my health, like physically, mentally, how I want to address continuing kind of being diligent every single day, but like, you know, I've been in recovery now for like, you know, by the grace of the gods, February will be like 12 years from one substance, and then from like the ED, it's just this year. But I've been really struggling with that. All of that to say that I want to be able to move forward, and I'm kind of looking for the best way to do that. And this card really like resonates with me because I want to keep everything close to the chest. I don't want people to know that I've been in recovery for this long, that I still haven't figured out my life, that I'm still whatever, like gaining weight or still sporadic at like not eating well, you know, that kind of thing, and still like letting people know that I'm having problems even though they could see it. So it's like holding that close to the chest, which for me shows insecurity, which goes into the whole thing of like comparison. And I think it's like, at least I'm aware of it. And it has been difficult for me to release. So that's one thing I've been thinking about. And this card, I think I can show this, is evaluate. And it has all these different words like, you know, the open door, the window, and it says opportunity, last chance for the door, inventory, like assess what you have. And the potion, it's really cool because on every card she has like a potion. It's like, this one is, it says judging. So, and the potion is also like honesty. So I think it's like an anti-potion for this one. There are two different decks. Anyways, so it's just evaluating and security, I think, go well together. Just because, and I like how the two cards, like they're both very strong in their stance. They're both kind of looking askance, but they both like, even though she looks unsure, I feel like they both have like a center. And I think that's what comparison can do in a good way, is help you evaluate what you want moving forward. And I was just reading, actually, I think it was the third card, about how when you have like, instead of like ruminating up here, when you have things in motion, things are always like, they seem better, right? And I guess it's not only in that book, but like a lot of people say that when you feel like you're actually doing something about it, it seems less stressful. Okay. That took a minute. So the second card is the Sun. What a pretty card. There's a lot of joy here, a lot of growth, a lot of abundance. I feel like there's a mixture of like agelessness, youth, soul, inner child, you know, all that stuff encompassed here. And the card that I got is Unlock. I think this is such a pretty, I don't know. I think it's such a pretty card. And the Sun and Unlock, so on here she puts, the herb is Lotus Meridimus, and it's the protector. She has a shovel as a tool, which is uncover, dig deeper, and the potion is a key. And you see here like a space for the keyhole and a really pretty like portal thing. So unlock and the Sun are the two big words. And I think here it's like, in terms of comparison, it's getting into your essence of who you are and not being apologetic for it. Because I think that's why I'm here. That's why you're here. That's why everyone's here, is to like, as many doors as it takes, as many keys as it takes, you know, like keep on opening those doors to this part of who you are. It's kind of a cliche, but it's true. And I think it's interesting because here, her potion is the key. That's her solution on this card. And yeah, I guess these aren't anti-potions, they are potions. So anyway, so the keys in Circle of Doors are the wands. So I like that kind of synergy here. I really like this. I like this card also for the sun. The last card here I have is the Three of Knives. So it's the Three of Swords, and the key phrase is dark mood. I really like that phrase because this is where they were talking about the mind, how the mind can really trap you in, and if you look at the image, into like just stagnation, putting yourself in a corner where I feel like outside here, it's like the darkness is starting to like come in. It's like getting rid of the light. You see the heart is mostly still in the light, but the swords are kind of going through as that classical image. So I feel like that can really, when it comes to comparison, it can really, like make it bigger, make the comparisons, make the jealousy, make the loathing or like self like flagellation or whatever way much worse than it needs to be. And the Oracle card is Defiant. It's so cool. So I picked out about 20 cards from the oracles that I felt like I could show on YouTube, because honestly, I don't really know what the rules are, even about like, even with like cartoon or drawing nudity. I really have no idea. So there's like a lot of like frontal nudity, but it's not like distasteful or obscene. It's like very empowering and very expressive, very artistic in a good way. So she has the mirror here, which says self-reflecting and self-awareness. She has a shield, which is deflect. The Gloriosa Superba, the herb or the flower, is proud, magnificent, but deadly too. And the potion is cement, and the word is immobile. So with these two here, I think when it comes again to like the idea of comparison, it's like sometimes when you're in this state, it's a very extreme state. It's putting you in a corner and you're mostly doing this to yourself. There can actually be things in your life that would bring anyone down, because I think all of us have that. But the point of it is that if you keep it in your mind and you keep ruminating about it and you're not reaching out for help, you're not talking to friends, you're not giving yourself a break, and you get into this place, you need something just as extreme. You need that defiance. You need that, like, what was that word? That immobility of, like, you need to become very strong. You need to become very, very on your side. Equally positive. Maybe that's not the word, but like equally compassionate towards yourself as you are vilifying yourself. You know, the power has to be strong. So the more extreme you are on this negativity, the more sort of like positive and empowering and self-compassionate you have to be. The more you want to stay in this hole, the more you want to like not talk to your friends and just have some levity about things and get out of your head, the more you have to, the more defiant you have to be, the more like on your side you have to be. That's how I read this. So anyways, I hope y'all liked this reading. I really liked it. I thought it was good, and I think this is a good representation of the deck, and there are guys in the deck in different ages as well. So anyways, I will talk to y'all soon. Hope y'all are doing well. Bye.